All right, welcome to Gordon's Garage. Here we've got a 1955 Chevy that we're trying to decide what to do with it. We've got several engine options. This has got a factory 283 in it, but it's locked up tight. The plugs have been laying on the intake manifold for who knows how many years. So the spark plug holes have been empty. Cylinders have been open to the atmosphere. We're not even going to try with that engine. I don't feel like doing a will it run with it. We're just not going to do it. So BelAir, 1955 body, super straight. Yes, it's got its rust, but it's not bad. We've seen a lot worse. The frame and the structure's all there. Inner fenders, all the steering components, everything is there. Glass, looks like all the glass is actually good. Trunk is open on it or not. Yep, big old trunk. Trunk pan is not too bad. I mean, it does have some rust holes here. Easy to cut that out and put a new trunk pan in it. Looks like most of the trim is on the car and with the car. Doors shut, open and shut, really solid. It does need floor pans. Somebody has moved the column shift to a floor shift, which it does shift through all the gears. It's just a 3-speed. A lot of the interior pieces, all that, most of that's still here. I don't know where the front seats are. If they already, I guess it didn't come with front seats, but the headliner sagging and everything's definitely going to need that. But look at the roof on this thing. Roof's in nice shape. No problem there. Factory 2-door car. The frame and everything underneath really looks pretty good. Where the leaf springs perch there, everything looks real good. So he's wanting to put something in it. Well, we have a good 283. Somebody pulled a 283 out of an old truck and LS swapped it. So we've got a 283 here. Is what we're thinking about, just plucking that engine out and putting a 283 back in it, just to keep it all factory, to mate it up to that original transmission. You got a supercharger engine here too we thought about putting in it, but if you want to keep this, just wants to keep that transmission and that rear end and not have to modify all that, just get the thing back roadworthy. We don't really need to be putting a blower motor in it. So I think what we're going to do is going to pluck that out, put a factory 283 back in it, and we've got a fuel pan or a fuel tank already here for it. We've got floor pans, trunk pans, quarter panels. Mike will be doing all that. We got a new superstar here working with us, Casey. He's going to start working on this and getting the engine out of it. Now, I'm not going to film every single aspect of this. I'll film certain segments of all the aspects, but I'm not just going to put a camera on it and let it roll, because I can't be here all the time. And I've got other projects going on. But we're going to keep bringing you content. That's kind of a weird pattern right there. It's almost like there's something missing. Something that was on the fender there that's missing. Why is that like that? Maybe it's just the way somebody sanded. Maybe this door opens. Yeah. Body's super solid. Super, super solid. It's cool. All right, then. Like I said, thanks for tuning in. And we will try to get you guys some good content on this one. All right, so we found us a 283. I'm going to pull the top end off of this thing because it's been open for a little bit, which has not been under the rain, but it got some leaves and stuff in there, so we need to make sure that we're okay with that. And I'm not sure. I'm sure that transmission's good. Is that a 4-speed? We got to run some numbers and stuff. And he's going to go ahead and start snatching that out. We got another radiator over there too.
Oh, good.
Right behind you. All right, so we've got the valve covers off of this one, and it's very clean. Very nice. All right, so I've got all the intake bolts loose. I'm going to pull the intake off now. I expect to see a little something under there. Oh, yeah. I knew I'd see something. Something made a nest, didn't it? That's a nice little nest.
It is.
Somebody was living really comfortable.
We've disturbed somebody's home.
In that. This almost looks staged. Like maybe we took some hay and stuffed it in there just for the shot, but I promise we didn't.
It looks fresh.
I just knew, with that intake being open for the last year, somebody moved in. Scott needs to see that.
Yeah.
Because I asked him, I said, why did you leave that open? Oh,
Yeah.
this is why. So, here's the question though. How did he get in the crankcase? The intake carburetor hole was open and the intake was open. Exhaust was open, but that doesn't allow access to the crankcase. Valve cover had a cap on it, which that would not allow good access to the crankcase either. So how did they get into the crankcase? Carburetor hole would only allow access to this port. Not this port. Dang, that's weird. Just about had to crawl up through this tube. And through this hole. We got our surfaces all clean, got all that hay out of the engine, and we're gonna put new intake gaskets on, get this thing sealed back up. All right, then, Superstar's got the engine already all unbolted, just about ready to yank it out. And Scott's got his engine back here almost back together. I'm short a valve cover gasket. Find me a valve cover gasket. May even be at the right angle, maybe.
Maybe.
Here she comes up out of there. I wonder if she's ever been out. Probably. In all them years.
What? Keep in mind, the park in 78.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess the inspection sticker on it says 1978. So the old girl's been sitting for a little while. And look at all those dirt daubers. All over the transmission. Yeah, that's pretty good. T10. 55 Chevy 283. We pulled the oil pan off just to check, and sure enough, it has oil or acorns down in there and silicone and stuff from whoever sealed it last. So, yeah, it's a good thing we pulled that off. It'll be open. Do we need to get these off, or you want to do that? If they do break,
Oh, I got you.
deal with it out here instead of under the car. Well, let's hand back off and give us a little room.
That's what you can buy right place. Well, that's so much easier than coming
Okay,
out.
let's, at this point, we need to get a jack under the transmission and start leveling her out. You know what I'm saying? I think those dirt doggers are artists. Be all right.
I bet that motor's in the way of a HEI cat, don't you think?
This
Yeah.
is a possibility.
When you take it off.
It might not be, but once we get it on there and get it set on there, maybe it'll. So the issue at hand is trying to get this HEI distributor to fit. Oh man, yeah. And I bet you, well, just about.
Did it fit?
This kind of way, but I'm thinking the back of that transmission probably still has to go down some,
And that's the.
which is going to be
over too.
well. See, that's going to create a couple problems though. I mean, it'll free up, it'll get us further away from the wiper motor, but it'll get us closer to the firewall. How does that look like?
Yeah, we need to go down. We need to go down half an inch. I think we got to go about an inch to the passenger side, or probably 2 inches.
Right. There's that tab there. There it is. Right there. I mean, it's tight, but it's not against the firewall. Yeah, we can move it. Look at that. Is that hurting you or helping you?
I'm all over. I need you to go over there and pump the jack up half an inch.
Pump it up.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay, so 55. We've got our distributor in, our wires, our carburetor, and a battery in it. Casey's down there putting the starter in. We're gonna get some juice to that and at least try to get this thing turning over and see if it'll pop. Run briefly. All right, so I guess we're gonna see if this starter works first and see if we can get a little oil pressure built. What did we have back there in the back for oil pressure?
No, it's open.
Dang.
We need to block up an oil pressure port.
Well, that's what I was gonna look, see how difficult that was to get to. Oh no, it's just right there. We just need a cap. That might have a line that he took off with a plastic nylon line set.
Yeah, I know exactly where it's at.
Well, this cap thread's on there. It's probably be all right just to put this cap on there. Do you see what I see? All right, here we go. A little bit of crude fuel and some spark. It's been a long time since I've done that. Made that mistake. Something ain't hitting right.
It's only hitting on that one side.
Almost like I wonder if the valves were a little sticky or something. Is it still a little too low? I think I'm probably getting too high there.
Yeah, it's been breaking right there.
It took a minute. Some oil pressure builds up to the lifters.
Ready?
Yeah. freed up all of a sudden. They had something they wanted to see. All right, go ahead.
It's gonna stop hitting it today.
Might be in that.
Yeah, I think it's in here. 'Cause I'm
Well, we heard it. It probably wouldn't hurt to have a new set of plugs. And I don't think we put plugs in it, did we?
no.
Probably need to put some plugs in it. Then I think we're right in the zone with that timing. Probably a little low now. And then the way it freed up all of a sudden like that, I'm wondering if
That
it's
that's weird.
Yeah.
Wondering what?
Well, if it maybe had something in one of the cylinders and it finally pushed it on through. I don't know, it just all of a sudden got easier to turn. Or either the starter freed up or,
Could just be a starter coming back to life.
yeah.
Valves been tight from sitting and
Well, that too, it didn't sound like it was hitting on all.
hey,
If we just get it running. What's going on, Mike?
See what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut that latch right there. I'm gonna weld it to the trunk floor. I'm gonna put this new piece in right here. Cut this one off and reattach it right where it was at. Then cut the tack welds off. I'll leave this attached and this will attach right back where it was at. How about that?
Just putting some strength back in it.
No, I'm putting a whole new pan back in it.
Yeah.
Whole new piece back in it. So this is just gonna hold everything where it was at. So we know this.
Oh,
pin,
while you cut it out.
This pin will line back up when we put it back on.
So
So will the latch.
That pin lines up with that hole.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the latch will latch right back because we're not going to move it at all. We're just
This
going
is
to
just
reattach
temporary.
it. That'll be temporary.
Yeah,
We'll
just to
cut the
hold it.
welds off. We'll grind it a little bit here, put a
Yeah.
couple welds here. We're going to cut that out, throw it away anyway. And then we'll put a couple right here, clean that up. And that'll stay where it's supposed to be. Then we'll start cutting stuff apart. All this will go away.
Yeah.
New pan here, new inside trunk pan. We'll delete the spare tire holder and we'll cover all this up. We'll cut this out and put some new metal over here near this inner fender there where it's got a couple little holes. We'll replace all that with some new sheet metal. We'll get rid of all of that.
1955. You said you got some trim up here reattached. That was hanging loose the other day. Yeah. Missing, and then some was hanging loose. I'm trying to get the engine running again. We kind of got it running, popping the other day, but I've got the spark plugs out of it. We're just going to go ahead and put new in. These don't look like they've got hardly any mileage on them, but they're just gas valved, and easiest, quickest thing to do is just put a set in it. And I'll try to get this fuel pump mounted on there. Some real gas down the throat of this thing and just see what it do. I'm starting to wonder if this thing's even got enough compression to run. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't not right.
John?
Okay, so we found out that the diode is, or the tip there is missing out of the cap, is why we weren't running. I don't know how we were even getting spark on number 2, but we started checking the rest of the plugs and no fire on anything. So we got us a new cap on there now. And see if the old girl will finally run.
Some gas.
Yeah, I bet you it's gonna.
I don't think you'll need any just yet. A little bit. Check your fire here. You need to back up a little bit on your distributor. Back up a little bit, you're a little far.
Where's that fuel at?
He's getting it right now. He's getting some.
There is an accident on 77 northbound as the road was
Tried to hit just then.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
as the shoulder block on 77.
Oh, you are bleeding. It's on your arm.
Normal.
Yeah. Somebody's bleeding.
A serious accident on University City Boulevard.
Drink.
An accident with injuries on Ashby Road North. LC with total traffic report.
Now what?
This part.
The other one's off of it. Oh, that's the charger.
Back you up. You gotta come back now. Come on a little bit more. There you go. She'll fire now. What's this?
Give me a little more drinky drink.
That way we got too bad distributors. Let's check the fire on the spark plug. Where's your other one that you had? Let's see if we got more than one fire. Where's your test plug at? We had it up here.
There it is behind you. Oh, we ain't got. Oh, no, never mind. I was gonna say number 4's not plugged in. I'm holding it in my hand. Fire on that one.
The fire's weird on it. It's not coming on.
Well, I probably wasn't really. And it's an old plug. I probably wasn't really grounded.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's good. Good then, okay. Let's try this one over here. Underneath. Mine's got, I'm done some of it. I thought I heard it click. I felt it. But they still should have been jumping over. Got it. You got spark on that one? You got spark on that one? Yeah, consistent too. Something should run. You're pretty good.
Well, it looks like Mike's got his trunk pan cut out, and he's got his, what do you call this, Mike, this piece?
No, that'd be the filler panel.
The filler panel
Put in.
welded in, or tacked in,
The under panel
and the under panel
goes in.
there.
And
It's starting to look a lot cleaner. Look at that. Look at that there.
Hey, that's a dirt dog.
Yeah, that's artwork right there. That's nature's art. Man, yeah, look at that, what Mike has accomplished today. Well, I hadn't got anything done.
What?
He got his filler panel in. He got his trunk pan tacked in there real good.
Fix
Man,
that
yeah.
patch over there on the left side.
I mean, brand new. Brand new. Yeah, man.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
Yep.
fill that hole up with that hole. They used to keep a tire in there. We're not gonna put a tire back in there.
Just gonna fill it. May
gonna
as
be-
well. Nobody cares about spares. You know, tires last a lot longer than they used to.
The 1955 tire that was in here was still in here. From
Was it? From
1955.
1955.
Yeah, with the wheel and the tire.
Wow, that's
By
incredible.
supply.
Man, that's some kind of record.
I didn't say it worked. That was in there.
Is this the original color of the car?
I'm gonna assume that was probably like a mint green.
For the whole car?
I'm gonna say. What you say?
I would too. Yeah, that's incredible.
I don't think it was a two-tone.
Because we got some green right here under this whatever.
Yeah. A lot of times if it's a two-tone, then it will be split right there. If it was green here,
Is he talking about painting it or what? Or just patina?
no, I don't think it's gonna get painted. I think it is what it is.
Is what it is.
It's gonna get some of that love lotion they put on it.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
What is it called?
I don't know.
Love lotion?
Some love lotion. It's gonna make it sparkle a little bit.
Some, now what do they call that? They call it, patina sauce.
Patina sauce.
Patina sauce.
Patina.
All right, Mike's got his trunk pan all in. He's got his patch panel delete for the spare tire. We're not going to keep that in there. And he's got his seam sealer in. Looking real good. And we come around to this side. He's starting to fit his floor pans up just now. Earlier this morning, he was beating this in. And it'll come all the way up to the front there. We've got all the patch panels here laying around. This is not a high-end restoration. It's more of a revival just to get the car up and going and usable, driving, have some fun with it. All right, so Mike's putting his floor pans in. He's got the rear floor done. He's got the front passenger floor. He'll be getting the driver's floor done. You putting the passenger floor, rear floor or not?
No, it was in good shape.
It's in good enough shape.
Yeah. The Swiss cheese pieces are behind you on the floor. What I took out right under your feet.
Yeah, there you go. That's what came out of
That
it.
front one left. It was almost yabba dabba doo.
All right, so this will probably be the end of the first episode. I'm leaving out of town, and I don't know how much they'll get done when I'm gone. So when I get back, I'll just have to try to catch up.
Come back, heck, we'll have it painted, new interior.
Yeah, they'll probably be out riding around in it, getting lunch by the time I get back.
We'll take it to the car show while you're gone.